Governor Dayton signed the E-12 education finance bill into law despite calls from the teachers union and other groups for him to veto the bill. Senator Chuck Wiger, former education chairman, voted against the bill and now joins me in the studio. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
With a budget surplus of more than $1.6 billion, in your view, was enough money directed towards E-12 education in this bill?
No.
And what more would you like to see?
I thought the governor outlined an excellent budget for education. He would have invested over $700 million, not only the 2 and 2 on the formula, but to continue with the pre-K 4 program, as well as many other initiatives for the cross-subsidy on special education, which school districts have said, please give us additional assistance on that for the cross-subsidy special ed. The pre-K 4 would have been at $175 million. That's what the governor had. I fully supported that. More for American Indian education programs, full-service community schools. Would be some examples. We had additional funding. Senator Kent had one for counselors. There's still that need. It's great that we are making some improvements, but we need to do more. So the governor laid out an impressive budget with over $700 million in investment. And when you look at the scope of things, under $500 million, that's a lot of money, but compared to how much we had, and it's the #1 priority, students. It's our future workforce, so I would have invested in our future, in our students, and would have gone $700 million plus, as the governor had outlined, and that's his role as our state leader.
You called the provision that makes changes to LIFO, or the last in, first out, the way decisions have traditionally been made to lay off newer teachers in favor of veteran teachers,
yes,
a poison pill. The Republicans argue that it's giving more control to the local districts to negotiate with the teachers union. Why do you oppose this change?
Okay. Oppose it for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's already negotiable. So the argument that this gives more local control, the state statute says it is negotiable. Some districts have already negotiated provisions. Others may do if they want. It's local control. The school board is elected by the people, and it's up to them. So to act like this is a new power is misleading. It's already negotiable. The seniority provision is a default in the event that there is not agreement as to what will be done. If you're going to have a layoff due to budget reasons, and you have unrequested leave, concerns have been raised as to what exactly is the reason going to be, and if you negotiate this now where it's going to be a mandate at the level, you won't have this fallback, and that's of concern. I raised a question on the floor. What if obviously a district's going to try to save money, and a more experienced teacher costing more than 50 or 60, 70,000, who's probably over 40 or 50 years old, if you find out that you could hire 2 and for the same amount. Don't tell me that a district might not think of that. There wasn't an opportunity at this when this was presented at the end to even offer amendments. But what mostly troubled me about this was the lack of transparency. There was a bill introduced in the Senate. I believe Senator Housley had it. And I addressed this on the Senate floor. Not once was it even in the conversation for a bill hearing. And I believe that they talked about this as being reform. Really? This is reform? When you have a bill introduced, you don't even hear it in committee. It was not in the omnibus package that the Senate passed. Moreover, in the conference committee, there were no hearings on this at all.
So you're objecting in part also to the process?
Totally
then?
To the process. Lights off, and people were excluded. And in a time where we're talking about trying to bolster the morale of teachers, to recruit more teachers, to get them interested, to say we appreciate what you're doing, this sends the wrong signal to not even be involved in this in a meaningful way. And as a conferee, I was not involved, and even though I was on the conference committee, these were hashed out by the respective chairs or at other levels. And so we basically just got the news, this is the way it's going to be. It's a reform measure. No hearing, no public discussion, game over. And that was what many of us found as wrong to abuse the legislative process by having something that did not have the light of day in terms of discussion.
Does this bill go far enough to address the teacher shortage and increase teachers of color in the classroom in Minnesota?
No, it doesn't go far enough. First, because it had the opportunity to provide more resources in the governor's budget with the surplus. We could have done more for incentives for persons of color, for scholarship programs. There are different programs that we have in place, but we could do much more. And the governor has laid out initiatives. The Senate DFL has offered a number of proposals in the past, and there's been bipartisan discussion. But when you limit your funds to what was ultimately agreed to, you aren't going to be able to do as much, whether it's in early education or in recruitment of more teachers. So more could have been done. It was a lost opportunity. Some things were done, but we could have done more, and that'll be a continued challenge for us.
Senator Wiger, I want to thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much.